So I think vampires are inherently more interesting when you give them like more weaknesses and stuff like that. They're less interesting when it's just like, oh, I'm strong and I suck of the blood. It's like, okay, all right, maybe calm down a bit. Stealth, I was gonna be real dumb and ask your favorite secret boss in Deltarune. I already know the answer to that. I need to. This is why I usually end up saying dumb things, is because my mind doesn't catch up fast enough, and in some cases it just barely edges out. So
yeah, like we literally talked about, and I gave you the order.
Yeah, exactly. So did you give me the order of? You did give me the orders of the bosses as you like them. So great, because I was thinking about my own order. A lot of that.
By my own order.
Yeah, sure. Oh, look at Stealth liking something liking dialogue even for Monster Hunter Wilds. That's what we call a character arc. So
that was the one moment.
Still said I didn't like anything else. Just that. I love
I thought that
ore
was
farming.
pretty cool.
So, Lord, I was like, there's a meme in the Star Wars thing, especially after, like, you know, they started doing a lot of spin-offs and everything. There was one meme where it was Anakin Skywalker, and he was like, I want my own spin-off, and Obi-Wan was like, Anakin, the entire series is your spin-off. The whole thing's about, and that's what I feel about, like, that's what I feel about Jevil and secret bosses. You know, everyone's like, oh, there's no references to Jevil, and I'm like, every secret boss has a reference to Jevil. They all use his theme.
You have to have pity for those innocent sinners.
No, I don't. Wait, the secret bosses or the people who don't realize that Jevil is in fact... there are Jevils everywhere for those with eyes to see.
By the time you question this, he's already cut you in half with a fucking, duck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, duck.
I love the duck, by the way.
The duck.
I just love how the duck exists. Throughout the series, the duck has been a thing.
It's true. I saw Bath and Barry do the outfit minigame in Chapter 5, and they did pick all duck. And I love how when a reaction I didn't see in my playthrough was Susie coming down and be like, huh, did anyone notice that this sucks ass? Like, smiling as she says it, so.
Oh my god, yeah, we did whenever we were building it. It's so nice of you to notice.
I still haven't done a going live message, because, again, me and Stealth, did you send me the gif of Psyduck Slowpoke telecommunication, or was that someone else? Did I find that and send it to you?
I feel like it's something that I would definitely send you.
I feel like
it is literally just us.
Yeah, and I think that's what you said to me, but I couldn't remember if that was also something else. So. Yeah, I did see a thing today, like as I was looking at videos with Jevil in them, because, you know, brainworms, of someone being like, I feel like Jevil is stronger than he lets on, and he's literally just playing. And I was like, I submit to that. Honestly, I would, even 5 chapters in, I would argue Jevil was a pretty big difficulty spike in chapter 1 compared to basically everything else. So, and Spamton is comparatively easy unless you're doing it alone, in which case you're a horrible person, so, you know.
Oh, no, I sent you clone-to-clone communication. You sent me Slowbro. Slowpoke. Yeah.
I'm trying to, I feel like clown-to-clown communication would be too far up at this point for me to start scrolling through as I'm trying to start streams, so I believe you, and that's probably why I felt that way. Well, I was like, oh, that wasn't Stealth, that was me. I discovered Slowpoke. You know, Pokemon has not avoided the idea that people do the occasional eating of Pokemon. I think probably the worst ever, though, was the anime where Professor Oak acted like he was going to eat Ash's Krabby, which is horrible on so many levels. So, like, both the morality of that and the way it was portrayed is, I think, more horrific than any implicated Pokemon eating in the in the games. But who knows? They've been crossing a lot of lines lately. Maybe they'll do more of that soon. In Wind of Waves, we allow you to butcher your Pokemon and take their flanks for nutrients.
Oh.
Lord.
I don't like that.
No. It's... I don't know if it was literally called Infinite Fusion 2. I don't know. Stealth, what did you play?
Infinite Fusion Helen?
Yes. It is, I was about to call it that. Like, it's really such a shame, because even if I was being really gracious to modern Pokemon, there really wouldn't be a better way to do the Pokedex than what Stealth discovered by accident, which is in that game, where when you fuse just about anything with a Wingull, it gets Wingle's face. And that's all I want for the entire Pokedex of Wind and Waves. Anything else would be a massive disappointment, I'd have to say. So, unfortunate.
When you give a Pico, they take the mile.
Yeah. That remains to be seen. Yeah. I will say, I woke up today. I'm not going to give like actual spoilers for anything in Chapter 5 on stream, but I woke up today. I was decently sad. I think just because I wasn't sleeping well. But then also, Deltarune continues to have me scared for my life. In kind of a similar way that Pokemon Tamers had, in which is that I just want...
Digimon.
Oh,
Tamers.
yeah, you're right. We were talking about Pokemon too much. Anyway, I was recommending Digimon Beat Break to people earlier today, so I'll stay on that. And me and Stealth will both keep our fingers and toes crossed for the execution of the remainder of the series.
It's pretty damn good right now, you know?
Yeah, I do. I do know. Was I just thinking of? All right, Digimon Tamers. Yeah, Deltarune gives me same vibes to Digimon Tamers, in which it is almost kind of slice of lifey, and I adore the characters, and also at the same time I manage to constantly be fearing for their lives. So, so like
Primary Color starts playing in the background.
Exactly. Honestly, like I am. The Runaway Locomon helped me a little bit with that, luckily, but I don't care what, like, fuck man, I might, when Chapter 7 comes up, I might look up the ending, like, when it releases, purely to be like, if I am not currently on the path to the happiest possible ending, we're restarting the entire save right now. I don't care if I play through what I have right now and get a bad ending, I'm going to be devastated on a certain level, so I gotta do something to prepare for that possibility.
Damn, Susie, I think we're gonna have to kill Chris.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Would killing Chris be the worst part? If Ralph's saying Susie got to be happy, I guess that'd be unfair to Chris, though, if they didn't want it, because I was kind of making him do it the entire time. But still. Conversely, maybe if Chris didn't want to die, they should have told us what the hell they're doing. So I'm decently sure, and this is not nothing I'm saying right now is related to Chapter 5. I'm decently sure whatever Chris and maybe the Knight are doing have to do with looking for Des. I think that's pretty clearly the direction the story is taking, which I'm fine with. Gives me it weirdly, Deltarune has become a small town mystery sort of deal, which is really good when done right, and I think Deltarune has been doing it right. So Stealth, what's your favorite mystery story?
You know, you always ask questions that make me have to think.
I'm sorry, should I stop that?
No.
Okay.
Because there's a lot to consider there.
Yeah, it is true. I immediately jumped to Gravity Falls. The only problem is, I feel like the real mystery of that show is the author, and that gets, and like the final season isn't even nearly about that. It's all about Bill and stuff like that, which isn't so much a mystery as much as it is action. So that might be what disqualifies it as my favorite like mystery story per se. Knives Out was pretty good. I should see the rest of those. So, especially because like one reason I didn't jump to see Glass Onion is because one, I wasn't really seeing movies right at that point, and two, I heard it wasn't that great. But then, Dead Man, I forget what it's Dead Man something, but I heard that was better, and I like when a series is able to do that. It's like it has its weak entries, but then it comes right on back. So. Yes.
Going back to the mystery thing, this is definitely because of the mood that I'm in, and like my favorite stuff kind of like shifts all the time. But I mean, there's some constants, but like a lot of my favorites just sort of like shuffle with how I'm feeling at any given moment. So I'm gonna say Persona 4 Golden right now.
That's fair.
Is my favorite mystery.
Also, real quick. Okie, hi. You can always hang with us if you want, because you're able to do. You have the ability to do that. But hi, Okie. I just realized you haven't played Persona. We have talked about you not playing Persona 5. Do you know the twist and mystery in that game or no?
No.
Okay, good. It's honestly kind of pretty well. It's one of those things where it's like that's stupid, but it's like pretty. It's actually pretty really good. I love it. It's like really good actually. It's a good way for them to do it. So
I have no knowledge of any of the Persona games that I've started playing. So
I don't get to hang
completely
out.
blind playthroughs.
Like just because of the way I am when I'm at home, I don't really hang out as much in VC when you're playing through a game. But if and when you play 5, I gotta be like, okay, well, it's been a while since I've seen some 5. Let's see what stealth is. Let's see how stealth does through this, because I feel like at this point I'm closer to playing, especially after seeing some of the stuff you've done, closer to playing 3 than I am to playing 4. To be honest, but I'm not gonna play either anytime soon because I got 2 Final Fantasies calling my name. And one of them I have started 3 times and have never finished, so. Why do you break up the party so much, Final Fantasy VI? I hate it when you do that. Please stop doing that. Everyone says you're good. I want to believe that. I don't think anything will dethrone. At this point, I really don't think anything will dethrone.
Who's 6 again? Is that Terra?
That's Terra, yeah. So, have you not played it, Stealth?
No, I didn't get through 4.
That's fair.
I was playing
In
like all the older Final Fantasy 3. Yeah, and then I really clicked with 3. I really loved 3. Then I got to 4 and was just like, no.
I should consider gifting you, because were you playing the Pixel remaster?
Yeah.
Okay, I should gift you the. Wait, you know, I can pull it up on my phone right now. Go on.
I'm probably not going to play any iteration of 4. I'm uninterested.
That's fair. I just think the 3D version was pretty good, and I think it is actually on Steam. So that's one of the things I'm just looking at right now. Well, I'll try and get through. What was the thinking of? Yep, 3D remake right here. It's only $7.99 right now, but you said you don't want it at all, so. Ceslavoy. Boy. What was I thinking of? All right, I'll try and get through 5 for both of us ASAP, and I'll let you know if I'm like Stealth. You gotta try this. I recommend.
Will, however, walk Koromaru.
However, Koromaru. Yeah. I was also recommending you a Gravity Circuit, which I don't think is free anymore, unfortunately, but was pretty cool. It is stealth. I want you to imagine a Mega Man game if instead of the typical Mega Man mechanics, it was Smash Brothers. That is grab. Yeah. So like there are legitimate combo. You juggle opponents. That's an you have a grab. You can juggle your opponents. You can grab your opponents in the middle of a juggle and throw them at another opponent, which immediately disarms the opponent, which allows you to grab them, which then allows you to juggle them and throw them at another opponent. There is a skill ceiling. There is a decently high skill ceiling to that game, and even I, someone who does not play fighting games, was like, "This is fun." So it was pretty good. That's why I was like, the moment I was like, "Oh, fighting game," and I was like, "Stealth Mate fucks with this." So I know you have your own backlogs to get through. So
yeah, I don't consider them a backlog. I just throw a dart at what I want to play next.
That's fair. Yeah, that was another thing with Deltarune. Someone was like, "Oh, I don't really feel like it," and I was like, "Well, you shouldn't play it if you don't feel like it, because this is gonna ruin it." So I feel like that
you never want to play. You never want to play something as a chore.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that would almost, like, obviously spoilers suck, but one, it can be pretty easy to avoid spoilers, especially if you go on places you can, like, you know, filter stuff. And then two, fucking, I feel like to some degree playing it when you don't feel like it would almost ruin it more than a spoiler. So it's like, because Lord knows I've played plenty of games after seeing a playthrough of it and loved them. So I think Deltarune counts in that category, especially because I was also saying this, like, plenty of things in Deltarune where it's like, even if you see a playthrough of it, it's like, okay, but what happens if you do the opposite? And then you can, so.
Proceed.
No! Lord. The words I would use to describe the weird route in Deltarune, which I have talked to Stealth about, cannot be said in polite company, and are not for the ears of the lighthearted. The like, unironically, and to be clear, I think it's well written. I just think it's gross as all hell, which is definitely the point. So Tricky Tony's done it again, but. Like, there's a reason I will never play it, so. Stealth, have you done Pacifist and Weird Route in Deltarune, or have you just done one?
No, I couldn't bring myself to fucking do the Genocide Path and Undertale, so I'm definitely not doing Weird Route in Deltarune.
Yeah, that's, hey, Stealth, you're so wildly valid for that. Oh my lord. We'll talk about this because this is like, at this point, this isn't even just like chapter 2 like things, which is, you know, like fucking like 8 years old at this point. It's also like, that's part of the demo now, which you can get for free. But still, I don't know if I ever, do you know what happens with Queen if you do the Weird Route in chapter 2 or no?
No.
She goes to you bring her back to Castletown because you know you can't kill
Oh
Queen.
wait, yeah. Actually, I do know. I take that back because I do look. I am a looker.
No, understand. It's curiosity. Yeah, it's wildly depressing.
Yeah.
She's so sad. Also, apparently, if you do Weird Route in general, Newbert won't fight with you in the new chapter. Just a thing, so. Newbert only fights people who have spared everyone. Yo, is that Newbert? Also, not just for Jevil art references, but just I was looking up some of Temmie's art. Because, like, I don't know. I think Susie can be a real cutie patootie sometimes, but lots of people do love drawing her like a monster, which, to be fair, she is. But I was like, how is she drawn like official art and like Temmie and everything? And the answer is unsurprisingly like a cutie patootie. So I was happy for that information. If I ever draw Susie, which I could be persuaded, especially if Stealth said like please a dozen times, then I'd be like, all right, Susie time. It won't be this week though, because I'm drawing Oak tomorrow, in celebration of us both trying really hard at art recently. So Stealth has also been trying very hard recently, but I don't know what to get him for that. Maybe a cake, maybe spaghetti. I would genuinely gift. I don't know what Italian places are around you and which of them deliver, but I'd get Stealth a solid gift card to an Italian restaurant of his choice. So, because I imagine mailing you loose spaghetti, despite how much you like it, wouldn't be your, wouldn't be.
It would be funny though.
It would be really funny. For Christmas, I mail Stealth a perfectly cute box wrapped in gift paper. He opens it. Inside, it is lined with plastic, because in the midst of it is a bunch of spaghetti I've cooked and mailed to him. And when he reaches his hand in, which of course you'll do, you find a $150 Olive Garden gift card.
Andrew, what if your stupid gay friends mailed you pasta? Get the fuck in here.
If your parents open... I mean, fucking, if your parents are opening giant packages addressed to you, like, without you around...
Oh, look, at this point, it probably smells of pasta. They're like, what the fuck is this?
Well, okay. I mean, I can't really argue with that part, I'll be real, but... My point still stands. What did you do with my Olive Garden gift card? Trom, I don't remember us ever exchanging an Olive Garden gift card. And if I did, you have my deepest apologies, so...
Yeah, he definitely didn't re-gift it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I would go to Olive Garden. You say that like a joke stuff. I wouldn't re-gift it. I would go to Olive Garden.
Without me?
Well, no, I mean, fucking Stealth. We literally had, literally like Stealth. I might have cause to go to this place in Texas. Where are you? And you responded with, over a day's ride away. And I was like, well, so.
Well, it's more like a day back and forth kind of.
That is true. Well, that's the problem, right? It's like, I don't really know the practicality of me driving there and maybe hanging out for all of 2 hours the first time I ever hang out with you, and then be like, okay, gotta go, and then I drive until like 1 o'clock.
Oh yeah, it's super impractical.
Yeah. And in a lot of ways, I would be willing to. Well, okay. Let me rephrase. I would be willing to drive 6 hours both ways for you, my good friend Stealth. The problem is, I would probably be there with family, and they would not expect me to be gone for such an amount of time, as to warrant like a day or more with a 6-hour drive. So at that point, I'd probably be like, ugh. Middle of a bunch of spaghetti. That is true. Stealth, have you ever reached your hand into just loose pasta before, or?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I think I have too, so maybe that's just an experience everyone goes through at some point. I'm willing to believe that. I saw the Game Grumps do it, so... Lord, I was talking about this. I think it's because Bath was talking about something related to the Grump. No, I think people were just talking about, like, different old YouTube videos. Because at this point, Stealth, I don't know if you know this, we lived through a global pandemic at one point. And that's really just kind of solidified my idea that time is a scam and nothing is real. That being said, the one thing that does get me of can you believe blank is this old is any Game Grumps episode in a double digits bracket. If I see Dan and Aaron Game Grumps and the date below it is like 12 years ago, I wither to dust. Anything else I don't care about. That specifically will hurt me. So I'm like, that's impossible. That's impossible even.
Uncrustable.
Oh, you'll be, I mean, I don't know if my friends will be proud or disappointed. I did stop eating those and started being like, I'll make my own sandwiches at home. So.
Oh.
I'm trying to take better care of myself. I'm trying not to be a fat fucking chud, but you know.
Well, I don't think you're the first two things you said.
So I am a chud? Isn't I haven't used that word a lot because isn't chud like a I need to look up the meaning of this. What does chud mean in 2020? I love how it says what does chud mean in 2026.
It's often weirdly used, like it's used politically in a negative sense, but also
Yes.
like
No, that's
like
go on.
it like sometimes as a term of endearment. Like I hear the term "my chud son" a lot.
Yes, exactly.
In reference to like Geckomon and stuff like that.
Yeah, because the definition I just looked up was like someone who like listens to Andrew Tate unironically, and it's like, well, that's not
And
great.
it's like no, that's the political use.
Exactly. I just know if like Cottontail will be like, oh, such a chud. I'm just like, haha, funny.
you made me think of Stewie Cotton again.
That's why I said it, because I'm sure she said that while using that VTuber. Lord Stealth, I couldn't send you this because it was in a compilations thing, but I saw a clip of Chibi playing like I guess Hightail. She's walking around in the game and she literally sees a carrot hanging in the air from a wire and she says, guys, I found a carrot, walks into it, falls into a spike trap, like an actual spike trap, and dies. And Ray yelled at her like, how stupid do you have to be to fall for that? It was very funny. Poor Chibi.
Blinks one eye, blinks the other eye.
Stealth, let me ask you something. Can you feel it?
I wanted to say something in response. I do feel the cosmos, by the way, but my first response is going to be a spoiler.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, can you feel the world revolving? Because that's what I've been thinking about recently.
Yeah.
Because why is this the thing called that, right? And it's like, because carousel. And I'm like, And like, I kind of believe that Tricky Tony is just like, yeah, carousels, tarot cards, yada yada. But also, conversely, I think of it in the meaning of like time passing, you know? The world turning inherently means that time is passing. And I think there's something to that both in real life as a saying and also in whatever Deltarune's heading towards. So trauma, I haven't been able to feel love since 08, so better luck next time. Relatedly, I heard Toy Story 5 is good. I still have no interest in seeing it because, like, I was literally saying today, it's like that'd be good news in like a vacuum, but I don't like 90% of the other things Disney does, so I'm not exactly gonna be like, you know what? I think it's time to give you a chance again, Disney. Let's let bygones be bygones. So
is it okay to say that 5 of them is like way fucking too much? What are you doing? Make something new.
That's the thing, right? First off, this is the problem. The reason I'm very openly kind of not a big fan of Disney these days is because at one point, even when I knew they were kind of not the best, I was like, yeah, but they're kind of the gold standard in entertainment. I don't believe that anymore. In fact, I believe if Disney and or Pixar make 5 of a movie, all of them should be good because they have millions of dollars to throw at it, right? And the other thing is the fact that I know they're only making a 5th Toy Story because they would love to keep selling Buzz and Woody dolls. So it's like the multiple layers upon layers to it. So I shan't ignore the context of the situation. So I apologize. I apologize to my grandma.
They are a monument to creativity.
Yeah. It means nothing to me. I mean, like, honestly. In fact, I'm sure they only have made 5 Toy Stories because Cars, which was supposed to be the Pixar merchandise machine, it is not, you know, no one's like, ooh, new Cars. So that's because I kind of biffed it on 5. I mean, not 5. They didn't even get there. I meant on 2. So.
Did you have like a huge collection of Hot Wheels as a kid?
I had a small collection of Hot Wheels as a kid. I still have one of them right next to me. It's the Mach 5. I don't know if that's a Hot Wheels, but it's one of those, you know, little Matchbox cars. It's made of steel. So, and I did love me a speed racer. So, can you blame me?
Can I?
I'd prefer you not. I'm decently sensitive. I'm sensitive after Deltarune, okay? So I was saying to Stealth, and this also very minor spoilers to it. Rousey was also not having a good time this chapter 5. which was funnier than before, but also I feel bad because like Chris and Susie had a decently okay time in chapter 4. Rousey was stressed the hell out the entire time, and then in this one it was supposed to be the last fun adventure, but he was pissed off the entire time. So
oh, I loved it.
Yeah, no, it was very funny from an outside perspective. I feel bad for him, so even if slightly mean Rousey is kind of great. So if I have something, you should be related to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mean, honestly, like, if it's going to be a movie, I think you should either be like, we're doing a trilogy, or this is going to be an anthology series, and you don't necessarily have to watch all of them to know anything. So doing a numbered series and getting to 5, nuts. I think I like him without eyebrows. Chaos, they took my fucking eyebrows.
Yeah, you'll be alright.
Stealth, let me ask you. Let me ask you the legal question for tonight. Would you? Was I thinking of? In your court, would you ever be able to be handed a case where it's like, hey, this person is, like, I guess I don't know, suing. I guess not suing, but just in general, this person's in trouble for shaving off someone else's eyebrows. Is that a thing you could see in your job for?
Yeah, because here's the thing: it likely comes as an assault case.
That's what I was thinking.
They shape someone in a way that it caused them pain, but didn't cause them serious bodily injury. So it's an assault. Yeah,
that's kind of what I was thinking. I feel like I've seen less things qualify as assault, and unconsensually shaving off someone's eyebrows is like, well, you gotta get in some kind of trouble for that. So.
Truly.
Heck, but despite appearances, I'm not even as lawful good as Stealth, but even I'd be like, alright, the law has to work at least enough to be like, get a serial eyebrow shaver in trouble. If not, what are we doing here? Now, Stealth, let me ask you something. Do you think you could handle a serial eyebrow shaver case if like 3 defendants, not defendants, I guess it would be the other thing, I forget the word, behind the bench are missing their eyebrows currently as they appear in court and looking very mad about it?
Oh, I mean, that just made my day easier.
Well, just that they show up being like, here are my no eyebrows.
Yeah.
That's fair. You wouldn't be like, this is funny. You'd be like, this is going to be the easiest, this is going to be a slam dunk case. Easiest thing I've ever done.
Yes.
Your Honor, we'd like to submit evidence A, the preserved eyebrows of the victims found in the defendant's car. This is upsetting, but I mean, it speaks for itself, so.
God, that would be so funny.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you'd be
That'd be so fucking funny. Your Honor, may I approach?
Alright. We can laugh like a little about it, right?
So do you recognize what I'm showing you? For the record, can you say what it is? Yes, those are my fucking eyebrows.
It's the judge's eyebrows?
No, I'm talking to the witness.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking to the victim.
I thought you walked up to the judge and were like, Your Honor, look at this piece of paper. What do I have on here? And he's like, well, those are my eyebrows. And it's like, yes, while you weren't looking, he took your eyebrows.
Okay, I fully believe that if we were in Phoenix, right, the judge's eyebrows would also be gone, but that's neither here nor there.
Completely ignoring the fact that he is now heavily involved, personally involved in the case.
Well, yeah, but when has that stopped anything in Phoenix, right?
Literally nothing. I mean, fucking every other case. I haven't even watched Phoenix, right? Like, I've seen like the first 2 cases in playthroughs, and even I know that like Maya's implicated in like half of them, and yet it's like, Phoenix, you handle it. And he's like, well, that's like one of my only friends, but okay. So.
Yeah, the obligatory Maya's in jail case.
Mm-hmm. Also, thank you for 74 months, Pig. That's another thing. Well, that's not true. I don't really care about the passage of time as much as I make it out to be when it comes to Pig resubbing for ridiculous amounts of time, but you know. I still have a hell of a thing to see.
He's timeless. It makes sense.
Pig is the timeless one, spoken of in legends.
Truly.
Pig was there before the invention of eyebrows. Lord. You know, it's so weird to think about the fact that of the 2 media franchises I'm terrified for the ending of, one is One Piece and the other is Deltarune, which is vastly different in a lot of ways, but both of them I'm scared for myself and other people when the finale finally comes through, because it will happen. And I don't know what chaos that will cause.
It will come to pass.
Yeah, so honestly, I'll probably check on Stealth plenty. Pig will be fine. Pig is all like, oh, I don't care about One Piece. And I'm like, Pig, I'm sorry I made you sound like that when I was talking about your opinions on One Piece. That doesn't genuinely reflect you as a person or my opinion of you. Please accept my apology.
Do you want me to make him sound like that? I will.
No, I'm okay. Did somebody say chaos? Chaos! Da 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 da. I feel like, ironically, one reason I don't listen to The World Revolving as much is just because of the start. It really comes at you out of nowhere. Full big band, just blaring note 1. So. Give me 1 second, because my throat is awful right now. I've been smoking dope outside the schoolyard, which is concerning because I'm a 26-year-old man. So it's weird no one's complaining about it. Hey, stop that. Hey, you guys, stop that. Yeah. I definitely... The problem is with Deltarune at the moment. I've been saying this since Chapter 4, but Chapter 5 has only cemented it. Chapter 6 is going to hurt a lot of people, but especially me, because I'm Deltarune damage is super effective upon me. It's like basically a 100% guarantee at that point, and then we will sit with that for a year at least before 7 goes out. So unless Toby pulls another trick and is like, Chapter 7, 2 months from now. Which you never know.
Deltarune 7 reunion.
Are you saying Sephiroth? I mean, I'd fuck with Sephiroth being a secret boss in Deltarune. I'd play that. So it won't anger the masses. Oh, to be clear, I think the reveal and ending of One Piece will be perfectly satisfying. I think people will be mad about it no matter what. There's literally no possible way. It doesn't matter how good it is. Like, with the internet nowadays, that's just gonna happen. There is no avoiding it. Stealth, what are your plans when One Piece ends? Is there mayhaps another thing you will seek to start? That seems like a big endeavor.
I'll probably just sit with it for a while.
Probably. The One Piece world is Middle Earth in the far distant future.
And like, there's only something that we're watching, which is kind of what I'm watching at any given time.
That is true. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we're only just barely done the list we have right now. Well, I don't want to say when One Piece ends, because I imagine that's like a good 5 or so years still down the line, but what was I thinking of? But we'll still have plenty to watch, is my point, you know? Like, we won't be scrounging for scraps. So, we could always be watching The One Piece on Netflix. So, I will say, I was unhappy with how many, like, 3D shots I saw in that trailer, but I'm still gonna give it a chance. Plenty of the 2D segments look fine. I just don't, I'm like, you know, like the ship sailing shot, we already had that. We've had that in 2D for 30 years. Why fix what isn't broken? Stealth, what are your thoughts on the new trailer for The One Piece from Netflix?
I haven't seen it.
No, okay. Stealth, you're going to be really shocked about this. It's an adaptation of One Piece.
That much I know.
Luffy is in it. And that's all I gathered.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, if there's any, I feel like any media in the next couple years I'm excited for. Most of it is just like, I don't know, something that'll surprise me, because I think I don't really care about any like big franchise things. I prefer looking at the indie scene, so... I mean, I got Gravity Circuit becoming a franchise, which I just played through the first one of, so... That's exciting. Get to see the second one of that, and... I already said Deltarune and One Piece. And the list is done. Thus ends my list. I'm not even, I was gonna make some joke about that, but I'm not even gonna jinx anything, because if all three of those were to make me sad, then I'd be very sad. So that's why I shan't joke. Stealth, I don't know if I've ever told you about this or chat. I hate when people look at scythes in anime and stuff. They're like, huh, that would be an impractical weapon. I'm like, it's a staff with a fucking knife stuck onto the end of it. I don't like... It's fine.
Look, just because you'd stab yourself with the knife staff doesn't mean other people
exactly,
will. Still.
Because, okay, so here's the thing, right? Giant anime swords are, like, I remember talking about, like, it's impractical because normal people would get their arms ripped out trying to lift and swing that thing. Someone with super strength would probably still have their shoulders dislocated by swinging that thing. Someone who could handle it would be better off using a regular sword, so that way they don't have to waste as much effort lifting their weapon. That's fine. None of that applies to a scythe. Like, scythes are things that people wield and are roughly that size for the most part. So, like, I love me some realism. That's one where I'm like, fucking superpowers cover that. I don't stop taking the fun out of it. I know most people who do that kind of content are like, no, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, but still. Stealth, what's your favorite character that uses a scythe?
Very first character that came to mind, Albarn.
Did you say Maka?
Yeah.
Soul Eater?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen, like, have you ever read, like, the manga for Soul Eater or no?
Yeah.
You have? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I was a little curious about that, but I feel like Soul Eater, when I first watched it, didn't stick with me as much. I'd be willing to give the manga a look over to see. Renee from Trails. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've ever... I mean, I don't think Susie really counts. And, like... Let's see. It's hard for me to think of a character that uses scythes in, like, an RPG. Besides, like, you know, like I said, Susie. And there's Angus from Dragon Quest VIII, but I haven't played Dragon Quest VIII, so... And he probably wouldn't be my favorite even if I had, so... The obvious answer is Ruby Rose, but... Forgoing that, I can't think of anything else anyway, so... Was a big fan of Grimm when I was a kid. From the Likewise Adventures of Billy and Mandy. So... Still, did you have a definitive favorite Cartoon Network show growing up, or nah?
Courage was up there for sure.
I had a feeling
I love me some Eddie.
That, I feel like that would probably be my favorite. I feel like very few shows have ever tried to replicate that kind of thing, so... you know, and like maybe this isn't the kind of thing Martin Scorsese would be praising when he's like analyzing a film or something. I cannot give enough credit to Code Lyoko for being like, yep, return to the past now. The amount of stuff that lets them do is so good. The amount of times the kids just like, I don't know, mug their teachers or jump out of a building or do something that would definitely get... Was it? Yeah. Blow up the school a little bit. Like, the amount of times they do things like that in that show, and just as like a distraction or just to get to defeating the bad guy, and like they're able to do that because no one will remember it by the end of the episode, literally. It's really good.
Except that one time, because Ulrich didn't really think it through.
He does that, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Code Lyoko fun. Sometimes I get interested on how, like, super serious film critics or what have you would be treating different children's properties if they were able to block out the fact that, you know, it is a children's property. But none of them do that, so I guess they're not that serious, since they're not able to do well, I shouldn't say that. There's probably plenty of good film critics who do that, but I'm generalizing because of bullshit like the Oscars, so...
Yeah, you're being too critical.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me.
Yeah, that's it. See you later.
What's that?
You know, just like at the end of every video. Yeah, that's about it. See you later.
See you later. You know in Code Lyoko, where they had like the giant foreheads and everything? Well, that's me after seeing this bullshit, because I've been slapping my head so much it's grown to that size. A good Charlie impression is always fun, because the man loves to raise analogies, so just thinking of something on that level is just like, it's a good time. I would love an intro to acting class, and like the teacher comes in and it's like, okay, everyone gather up, all right. Today we will be doing impressions of Moist Critical. I want to see everyone give this their all. That'd be a fun acting class. Stealth, did you ever do any creative classes in school? Or are you too busy doing your book learning?
I had like an art teacher in 6th grade that was just a ginormous bitch who basically turned me off the entire thing for like the longest time.
Yeah, that'll do that. I mean, I literally had I think I talked about him a decent amount, but I had a sculpture teacher who was a decently big jerk to me, and I'm like, rude. So, and that was when I was very, that was when I was very gung-ho about getting into art, but he was like, oh my goodness, that definitely doesn't make me want to sculpt more, I'll tell you that much, so. What a shame. Self, I have a suggestion. Let us enact a law which bans all teachers, thus fixing our problem of bad teachers.
And realistically, our problem of an uneducated populace would not change.
We've solved one problem while not affecting the other in the slightest. I don't see. There are no downsides. I think.
You do?
Yes, occasionally. But that's the thing, Stealth. One of the things I was thinking about is maybe we should start teaching people media literacy by showing them examples of what not to do. Like, for example, when like they show a Twitter post and it's like this, you know, you're digging too deep into it. They're like, no, that's stupid. Everyone point and laugh at this Twitter user. I think that'd be fine, because then the kids would come to understand it's like, art does mean something. So This is my new bullying curriculum. I'm trying to implement it in schools.
Every time you even think about using Twitter, a controlled shock.
Small controlled shock.
Small?
Yeah.
Now, see, I fancy myself a progressive, in that we're going to progressively increase the amount of shock.
Fucking that's not your that's not you being progressive, that's you being a Danganronpa fan. I mean, just like, if you don't want to die, keep the shots.
Don't want a body to be discovered.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do, despite my own interests, like Danganronpa.
The thing I was getting on about before with the media literacy, just because I was thinking about how I think there was like a post about like, we need a class in school about media literacy, and someone was like, that was English. There is a class that's what that class is about. And it's like, they are right. That being said, I don't necessarily blame children who are at school for learning and see the word English and are like, what the hell is that? I already speak English. So I just think we need to signpost that. We need to be more direct to the children, just being like, we're not teaching you how to speak English, we're teaching you how to understand things. Please.
I'm understanding what you're saying. It is still funny though.
No, it's objectively funny, but we've run into some problems with it over the years still, so with that in mind. With such hands. Still, next time you get someone on like a misdemeanor charge, I want the punishment to be like 5 minutes scrolling Twitter and then see how they respond. Send this motherfucker to Detroit. No.
Poor Sonic.
Alright. You know, maybe I might not even watch anything new on my little vacation coming up. It's been a while since I rewatched some Life Arrow stuff, and that man gives me the happy chemical. Detroit's beautiful. I believe that. I've never been to Detroit. 'Tis simply the meme that, as they say, one cannot have shit in Detroit. So.
And they say.
They do say. Lord, I forget why he brought it up, but the other day when me and Stealth were hanging out, Stealth brought up a horrifying idea, which is that people on VR chat still use the Uganda Knuckles meme. And I don't know if that's true, and I'm not going to buy a VR headset to see, but truly I hope they've moved on from that. Truly, I hope the masses in VR chat have moved on to that.
How can they move on? They're stuck in there. They're stuck in the
stuck in VR chat?
Yeah.
You're saying
they don't know the way out.
I'm going to hurt you. You like this? Oh my goodness. That was cool. You were cooking that for a minute, weren't you? Fucking, there's no way that was wholly on the fly. Oh my lord. Ugh.
Do you ever tire of me?
No, you're my good friend, so I have a few number of people who I actively am just like, I'd love to not be alone with, and you are one of them. So if I tired of you, that'd be like, wait a minute, this math doesn't math out. Stealth, if I was stuck in a computer, would you help the person who has a weird crush on me get me out?
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Hell yeah. Now what if we threw in some cool anime superpowers?
Oh.
I need to look up D. Gray Man.
You didn't have to, but thanks.
I need to look up D. Gray Man again, because I get from our deliberation, me and Stealth hold a regular congress on our watch list. But I was gonna say this person isn't using a scythe; they're using a giant hammer. But
Lovey.
Yeah, I mean I don't know their name, but I'm gonna assume you know what it is since you suggested D Gray Man. But yeah, we were regularly being like, what's next on the watch list? Well before whatever we're watching runs out. And right now, the consensus seems to be after Kolyoko is Avatar. But after that...
The Last Airbender.
Yeah. I was like, okay, then D Gray Man
Futurama.
And or Yu Yu Hakusho. What about Futurama?
The Last Airbender from Futurama.
Okay. I was going to say... because I'll be honest, if you were like, let's watch Futurama, I'd probably be like, I don't really feel like it. So, I think to some degree...
What, you don't want to feel things?
I mean, I imagine you feel things in Futurama, but it's also a long show, and I'm not sure the humor is quite I don't know how much I'm like, aha, haha, that's funny. So...
Yeah, there is some bad with the good.
Yeah. And like, I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying, I know I've seen a decent amount of Futurama clips, and there's a good amount of humor in the show where it's like, look, it's the future, but haha, they're doing something stupid. And I'm like, that just frustrates me. So...
Because, oh my god, look, that's where we are.
Yeah, exactly. So like, at that point, I'm like, maybe it's not even that, you know. If I was going to do it in some setting with my good friend Stealth, would be a great opportunity to. I just don't know if I'd want to do that over, I don't know, any other number of shows that we could like fucking. I'd be like, hey Stealth, I hear the Sopranos are good. Do you want to watch the Sopranos? So, like, throw that in first, and then if Stealth is like, Cahill, I want nothing less than to watch the Sopranos, then and it's like, okay, I guess Futurama it is. That
would probably be my take, yeah.
Damn. What else was I thinking of? We're gonna get in so much trouble with the Futurama and the Sopranos fans.
No.
Oh yeah, Deja was saying, because Deja's been going to the movies a lot recently, and they said something where I was just like, you know, because like to some degree, if you're doing anything, in media, you should know how, like, you should know some bad media as to know how not to do it. That being said, I do my best to try to avoid anything I think isn't really that great. One, because I feel like, you know, like you said, death of art these days. And then two, it's like, I don't think I actively watch enough good media to be like, yep, time to sample the bad stuff now. So, like... I don't think I'm at a point where I'm like, yep, I've seen all good things, time to watch some bad things. And everyone's like, so you've seen this? And I'm like, no, not at all, so. Stealth, you've seen Jaws, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen that, but that is a good movie, and I used to watch it a lot as a kid, honestly, so. I don't know if Pig is still here, but Pig, I'd love to know if you've seen Jaws. I know, not to dox you live on air, but I know for a fact you got your fear of whales from Pinocchio. But I'm still like... I guess, did Jaws ever even make it in before you put a, you know, just moratorium on all ocean-related horrors?
A legendary oak?
Lord, Stealth... I need you to... Okay, can you raise your right hand and make an oath for me right now? Because we need to do this for Pig, okay? If you want to keep him around.
Huh?
I just need you not to...
He's gonna stay around regardless. He's undying.
That is true, but this would be more like a coma situation. Around and active. I just need you to promise me not to describe the thing I'm about to talk to you about. Because you did... You brought it to me... And I was like, I know instantly what you're talking about. I agree. The movie coming out that will kill Pig, if he sees anything to do... Yeah. I might see that, honestly. I hear it's based on... I could read the book, too. But, yeah, no.
It's almost certainly based on what you're thinking is based on, because of just how could it not?
Yeah, no. Well, no, because when I looked it up, I was like, what the? Because apparently it got announced at a Disney thing. And they're like, and I saw people being like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm glad they're adapting this. And I was like, what is it? And I was like, this is a book about blah, 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 blah. This is a book about something that would kill Pig in real life. So. So, yeah. I might see that in theaters, but I wish Pig all the luck in avoiding it at all costs. So, I imagine he'd, like... It's not even like he'd get to, like, one part of the trailer for it and be like, oh, and get scared. I think the moment he sees any part of that trailer, just with the setting, he'd be like, nope. So... I trust his survival instincts in that regard. Stealth, how do you draw clown shoes?
They're funny.
Oh, that's a good point. You know, I think... You know what? I think maybe I should draw the top of this clown shoe before I draw the bottom of it. Stealth, when's the last time you watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Probably like 10 years.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
End of sentence. I literally did that to you like the other day, and you're like, was there more to that? And it's like, no, I'm bad at talking. I'm bad at conversation. Why did you think there'd be more to it?
Just another thing that we have in common.
It's so fair. I'd love to see you do that in court. Just bring something up, and like the judge is like, was there more? And it's like, oh no, that's it.
It's a good thing that we don't do something that requires talking to people in an abstract sense. Like every like couple days or something like that. Yeah. That'd be pretty bad.
I'm glad neither of our jobs require us to regularly talk to large amounts of people throughout the day. That'd be upsetting. I did get done reworking my TCG concept. I might have accidentally made one specific type of card a bit stronger than it already was, but it's whatever. It's fine. So.
No plan to balance it?
What's that? I mean,
That's it.
I mean, the idea with my TCG is to be like decently modular, so like you can include those cards into any deck, and it would be about as strong as like someone using like a mono version of that deck. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. I have also kind of accidentally made it like with Magic color kind of shit, but I don't know. I don't play Magic, and every kind of TCG like that has a typing. So what do you want? You want me to not have types in my TCG? That will get confusing really quickly. So Stealth, what's your favorite TCG?
My brain immediately went. This is not a real answer, by the way, but my brain immediately went to that like stupid card game in Time Stranger that means nothing and has no rules.
There are cards.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I love the existence
like
of...
sometimes type advantages and relative power level mean something, other times it doesn't.
Oh yeah, that's just like Duelist Kingdom. So I do love people trying to discern the rules of Duelist Kingdom. Stealth, I brought up a topic a while back, which I'd love your idea on. What would you think about a remake of Duel Monsters, but like when they get around to the point of Duelist Kingdom, they modify the duels to reflect the actual card game of like 2004 or so?
Huh. What?
So like in the Duelist Kingdom arc of Duel Monsters, the anime, right? You with me so far? Yes. Instead of using a one-to-one manga accurate like battles, they instead adapt those battles to reflect the card game of early Yu-Gi-Oh! So, for example, Yugi's not using like a branded deck or whatever, with like Zeeg summonings or whatever, but he is using the cards as accurate as possible to like 2004 or whatever the card game originally came out.
So I feel like I'm misunderstanding something.
Go on.
Because, like, what's the change that you're proposing?
So, for example, you know how Kaiba just summons Blue Eyes White Dragon?
Oh, okay. So you would add tribute summoning and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make it less vibes based.
Yeah, a bit. Which I like, honestly, I'd probably already be implementing some change. I've already said I'd be implementing some changes if I were to like readapt Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think that would be one of them for multiple reasons. Partly in the fact that I think it's important to recognize that Yu-Gi-Oh! Was not always about like marketing a card game. But still, I think it's an interesting idea to be like, here's Duelist Kingdom, except they're actually playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG instead of like, you know, vibes-based Dungeons and Dragons. Have fun. Pegasus would still end up being pretty strong, because Relinquished was banned when it came out.
I think it would take some of the whimsy out of it. Like the Paradox Brothers duel would not work nearly as well, or be as fun or imaginative.
That is true. I don't know, because like I feel like to some degree you could still implement the board stuff, but I guess to your point with what I'm literally saying is you couldn't do that because, you know, that wouldn't at all work in actual TCG Yu-Gi-Oh! You'd have to just be like, nope, this is just a straight up duel. Who cares? Who cares about fun?
This beetle wants to kill me.
I will say, because to your point, you're just like, oh, no effort to like balance those things I was talking about. I would prefer, and maybe this is folly on my part, I would prefer not having any cards so strong if I were to make a TCG that upon like the first tournament they're like, and we have a ban list. I prefer to be like, no, you can kind of do whatever. There's no card too bad that we have to just wholly outlaw it. I don't know if that's even possible though, because I think in any game there's like this is the superior strategy, and ban lists exist to be like, okay, not everyone can do that. But what do I know? Stuff, what do I know?
What must be done?
I know what must be done. So, is there... You know, I won't ask you that because you're a lawyer and this is live on stream, so...
Oh.
It's not bad. But conversely, you'll probably get why I wouldn't ask it of you in this, recording. Stealth, would you ever join the mob? That kind of thing.
No, probably not.
Also, Trom, I do kind of like where your head's at, where it's like, instead of remaking Duelist Kingdom, we remake the rest of the series, and none of it follows the TCG rules at any point. That'd be funny. Also,
You'd have to convince me that that's not what it was.
Well, in that case, you would be a very good accomplice, now would you? So... Lord, I've seen a few videos to this degree of someone being like, I'm trying to get the most legal kill in Hitman. And, perform an assassination in the game Hitman World of Assassination that doesn't technically break any law. And like, you know, there are some creative ones he's tried to make, and like people are like, well, technically you gotta, you know, law stuff. But the last one I saw was him being just like, so if you don't know, security officers are contracted civilians. They are not actual law enforcement. And in the state of Florida, where the map he was playing on takes place, it is legal to carry a firearm. So when I pull out this firearm and immediately get shot, I am legally defending myself from the officers, which I guess is true. But it's really funny that was like, because, you know, it's like, yeah, I guess. Kind of goes against the spirit of the thing, because, you know, everyone kind of saw you do that, but can't deny those police not police, they weren't, that's the point. Those security guards had no reason to just open fire out of nowhere. So Stealth, you know plenty about World of Assassination, right? You've seen other Hitman before, right?
Not really. It doesn't
okay.
super interesting.
That's fair. Never mind my question then. I was gonna say, do you think you'd be able to defend 47 in any if he was caught doing anything that he does in those games? But you do not. You are unaware of his crimes, so. I mean, typically that's kind of what you want in a lawyer, but in this case, you're not even giving. You don't even know the basics, so that's less good.
But I now have an Arcana boost.
Oh, Lord. Hey, can someone give me a lot of money? And like, listen, there's lots of reasons you should give other better causes a lot of money. For example, Venezuela recently suffered a pretty bad earthquake, and you should look up good charities to donate to and help support the people of Venezuela. Alternatively, after you've already done that, you could donate money for me to buy a Rousey plush from Van Gamer. So, it does have to
Would
be.
have been a perfect time to have the Rousey plush noise. Like,
is there a Rousey plush? No, I don't have a soundboard. I should get a soundboard, but. And to be clear, otherwise I will refund you. It cannot be you donate money to give me a Rousey plush and then you go donate to Venezuela. No, Venezuela first, and then Rousey plush. So we got to get our priorities straight around here, which is the greater good and then my plushies. So what would you do if you walked into work one day and on one of the desks was a Rousey plush in a suit? And to be clear, he is seated there as if he is working at that station at that moment, not as a decoration.
I would think someone's playing a joke on me.
That is a fair response.
Because, like, I recently started playing Rivals with some work friends, so they do see what my Steam activity is.
I don't think I have Rivals yet. I should get on that because. Oh wait, did you mean Marvel Rivals or Rivals of Aether?
Marvel Rivals.
I gotcha. I should also play that with y'all because I was saying I was cutting back on that in part to work on art. But here's the thing: I've worked on lots of art recently, and I do think it's kind of somewhat unhealthy for me to be trying to regularly do 2 comics a week. So with that in mind, I can play some Rivals from time to time. I get Rivals out.
From time to time to time?
Yeah, sure, why not? I can let the games begin. Chaos, chaos.
Release the ducks.
The next hero for Rivals is Jevil, he has a duck-based move. I like the bird in Jevil's act.
The quacking carousel.
I think that, I don't know about you, but that's one of the harder attacks for me to dodge, so I think that should be his ultimate. It just fucking wraps people in a carousel.
Yeah, and his big ass fuck you scythe is just a cooldown.
Yeah.
it's not an ultimate ability or anything.
No, because that's not hard to dodge. So if you get hit by Jevil's ultimate chaos, that's you.
It counters flyers.
So it does counter flyers. You just gotta hit them with it. The Iron Man.
Well, no, it keeps them out of the air. It just kind of hovers there for a while.
just above your team, but right where the flyers are. Talk about a Damocles. Stealth, do you have any plans to see Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey?
Huh?
Alright, you don't go to theaters. Never mind, I retract my statement. I remembered a fact about my friend Stealth. For anyone who is unaware, Stealth does not go to theaters. You may not have picked up on that. Stealth, can I ask you something? Is you not going to theaters a thing about theaters, or is it just your overall kind of aversion to going out?
Well, they kind of play into each other. It's a place where large groups of people tend to congregate.
That is fair.
Which means that, importantly for me, the parking lot is probably full. So, I have a lot of driving anxiety. I don't know if I've explained that particular issue that I have.
You have said a lot that you don't like to drive, so... Yeah. I did understand it was kind
probably,
of... Go on.
It's probably the most anxiety driving thing that I do, on the daily basis.
And, fucking... The car industry can come for me, but, it's fucking insane that we were yeah, cars are a good mass transportation thing. That, I don't know if this is where your anxiety comes from. You can very easily end a person's life behind the wheel of a car. It happens a lot.
That's definitely a huge part of it.
Okay. Listen, your own safety could have also been a completely valid concern. So, I'm not gonna blame you for being no, I fear for myself. Actually, I don't care about little Timmy. He shouldn't be in the road.
Not nearly as much as I fear for the other people.
Again, understandable. But yeah, so I feel you on that. I do, because I don't have as bad anxiety with that, but conversely, I do have a little anxiety about it, and also I get wildly car sick. So, hey Stealth, can I ask you something that you don't have to answer on stream?
Yeah.
Are you what one would call agoraphobic?
You mean that I just really don't like interacting with people?
Let me look up the exact definition of agoraphobia real quick. Because I think it is largely just classified as the fear of large crowds. Let's see. Agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder characterized by intense fear of situations where escape might be difficult or help unavailable.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, the idea is basically I transport you to an open field, and you're just I don't know how to get out of here, and there's no one around to help. That would trigger agoraphobia. Or alternatively, I transport you into a middle of a mall where you don't know anyone. That would also do it, because even though technically you're in civilization now, very similar thing where it's you don't know how to get out, and you don't know anyone there to help you.
Not necessarily. I think that'd be fine.
Gotcha. Note it. Deja was complaining about driving not too long ago, and like I've been trying to work. I need to step up a bit more, but I've been doing a lot, so it's a back and forth. Listen, but about like finding us a place, and like when they complain about driving, I was like, note it, find a place in Japan with trains. And it's a shame that among the fears you have is of flying, because otherwise you might, I don't know if there's another way to get you to a place with good public transit, so. Canada might have good public transit, but also a lot of it is very spread out, so. Stealth, would you be afraid if I teleported you to a cabin in the Canadian wilderness, yes or no? It has Wi-Fi and electricity.
Oh. Well, I probably wouldn't leave then.
That's fair. It also has hot cocoa.
Okay, well, I definitely wouldn't leave it then.
Listen, I'm not fucking Jigsaw. I like to make my cabins nice for people.
I'm sure it would have a nice view too, that I wouldn't have to go outside to see.
I have definitely been like, would I enjoy living in like the Alaskan wilderness? And I think my answer is that might be a little too remote for me. But it says something about me that I'm stressing the little part, so.
So what stresses me out is the weird-eyed elk outside the cabin. What does he want?
And why does he speak in my dad's voice?
I'll try to think as little about this as possible.
Seems to make him go away eventually, though a little bit less every time.
Oh, the elk's in my brain.
Oh, I need to be by a city. I get that.
Symbolism.
Like, that's the problem, right, Trom? I do like to be isolated a good amount, but I don't want to be so isolated that when I feel like interacting with people, it's nearly impossible to do so. So, that does become a massive issue. And also, like, you could be like, well, Cahill, if you're in a place, if you're living there, clearly you can get, like, delivery or something for supplies. I really don't want my only interaction to be the people who are delivering my food. That's been, like, no judgment from me, and also, like, you know, it's whatever, but that's not a good way to do that, so. And also, service workers don't need that. Stealth, have you looked at Stream at all?
No, I can.
Okay. I was wondering what you thought about my Jevil drawing so far.
Oh, it's very good.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Am I a pretty girl?
Why is there an elk in the Oswald cartoon right now? What the fuck?
Is there an elk?
Is the elk in my brain?
Is the elk real? Lord, it's weird. I don't know how many like TV shows and horror movies have actually made use of the idea of creepy deer. It's wild that Adventure Time is one of the only examples I can think of. I wonder what other animals you can use for that trope besides deer, because I do think a large portion of that trope comes from the fact that normally deer are very skittish, passive prey animals, right? So I don't think rabbits can be used for that trope. I'll say that because they are small, and Monty Python already established that that's kind of a comedy thing. for a rabbit to try mauling you to death. Deer are definitely like substantial enough that it's like, oh, that's a problem. Anything that big is an issue. Yeah, I really, because like, it's hard to think of another one, because you got deer as the staple, right? What's like in the woods roughly the size of a deer? Well, a bear. It'd be kind of fucking weird if you weren't immediately scared seeing a bear in the woods, so that's out. A scary bear? Yeah, brother, that's called a bear. So
if only there was something that was like a deer but not quite a deer.
That, I mean, anyway, so Stealth reinvents the trope we're talking about at this point.
But just like, you know, in an uncanny sense, you know?
In a weird kind of uncanny sense. If only it looked like a deer, but in no way acted like a deer, and was aggressive, unlike a deer.
I think we got something here. Lightning in the bottle.
I will say, I saw that the guy who made, like, The Witch, Double V, is making a new movie, and apparently he made Nosferatu too. I didn't know that. But, I've seen clips of The Witch. I have no desire to see the full thing. I don't typically classify myself as religiously traumatized, but The Witch would probably make me very scared about stuff. And it has a goat, which is pretty scary, so you could probably do something with, I mean, there are plenty of people who are already like naturally freaked out by goats just because, you know, what with the
their eyeballs and their demonic association.
Yeah. I just feel like usually when that's the case, though, you get like a goat man situation going on, as opposed to the not a deer trope where, you know, it is supposed to look like just an animal at first. So goats,
elemental hero goat man.
He also weirdly looks like Batman for some reason, so that's fun. I need to look it up because I know in terms of there's a poster boy for useless anime cards, and that poster boy is Neo Bubble Man. What does Neo Bubble Man do? Let me see real quick.
Not much.
Well, you're so helpful sometimes, Stealth. I just want you to know that. Elemental.
Do you mean it?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Elemental Hero Neo Bubble Man. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can not be special summoned except by sending Elemental Hero Bubble Man you control and Metamorphosis to your hand to the graveyard. The card's name is treated as battles this card. Okay, so yeah, that's a really bad card. So, okay, I get it now. Because it requires a card that has been banned for a long time to use. And what's more is that it's like, if this thing battles a monster, destroy the monster. And it's like, that's great. It has 800 attack, so... And it can be destroyed by battle, so... That's, not amazing. There are monsters that have that effect. Fucking... What's his face? Show had a monster that did that and was easier to bring out. Fucking Drilloid. That's what it's called, right? The Drillroid? That thing destroys any defense position monster that it, you know... Yeah, Drillroid. 4 damage calculation. This card attacks a defense position monster, destroy it. So. Damn. Jaden, why is your fucking, you know, your main archetype being outclassed by your friend who is supposed to be worse at dueling than you? Wild. Stealth, go back in time and fix the elemental heroes.
No.
Why not?
I like them the way they are.
Fair enough. Stealth, don't go back in time and instead please have this copy of Dandelion, a card I like.
Oh.
Look at him.
Takes it, leaves behind 2 sport tokens.
Yeah, that's what that does. He listens. He really listens. Yeah. Yeah, what I will definitely be doing on my vacation this week is playing Final Fantasy 5, and then I'm going to start one DS game I got. I'm probably going to start, it might be one of the Yu-Gi-Oh ones, but probably I'll be playing, I forget what's the Alien DS game called that I got? Alien DS game. Alien Infestation. Oh, it's by Way Forward. That's probably one of the reasons I got it. And Sega. Sega! I remember it's a Metroidvania. For the DS handheld console. Oh, I think I remember hearing about this in a different light as well. Because apparently if you die in the game, like, that character is dead, and in order to progress, you kind of have to go find their body as a new character. Still, do me a favor and summarize Fire Emblem Three Houses.
A game I've never played?
Yeah. Still, do you think that I believed you had played Fire Emblem Three Houses before I said that?
So,
yes.
There's this thing called the Fire Emblem.
Uh-huh.
And these 3 different houses want to get it. There's the Capulets, the Montagues, and another 3rd house.
The Copagoos.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with the Copagoos?
And at some point there's a Shakespearean tragedy and no one gets the Fire Emblem.
Damn. Guess 'twas beauty that killed the beast.
And there is gay.
Oh! I'm always unclear if Fire Emblem does have canon gay or not, but truly, who knows? Who knows with Nintendo? Honestly, Nintendo does it better than Disney. No, truly, no one ever knows if they actually have a gay character going on or not. Meanwhile, Disney's like, oh, look! And it's like, fucking, you censored that in some countries. Don't even. Don't even. Stop, do you think Disney's gonna sue me?
What?
Do you think Disney's gonna sue me?
No.
Okay, that's good. So, what's something I can say on camera to get Disney to sue me? Lord. No, don't actually say it. Go on.
It would take a lot for them to actually be interested in the idea.
To take the $5 out of my pocket. Understandable.
Like, my first thought is you would have to, like, draw or use their character in a heinous way.
just a
like live on
fashion, yeah.
Yeah.
But at that point, I'm more likely just to get banned off of Twitch than, you know, taken on by Disney, so.
Yeah.
Apparently, Disney does have a folder of porn that they show people when they start making shows for Disney Channel. This is going.
What?
Yes. So when, as I've heard, when someone has a show greenlit for Disney, right? An animated show or what have you, Disney takes them and they go, hey, please look at this. And they have a folder of porn made of different characters from different versions of their show. And they go, this is going to happen. And there's truly nothing we can do to stop it. And we need you to know that and be okay with it. So.
Oh, so it's just like the internet is fucked and we'll take your cherished characters and ruin them.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Well, I don't even know if they're doing it like that Puritan even. It's more so just like, we need you not to come to us and be like, hey, people are making porn of my characters. We already know that.
The answer will be no shit, Sherlock.
That's guaranteed. We can't, even us Disney cannot powerless to stop it. So we just need you to be ready now.
I need you to feel the wrath of the goddess now.
I need you to feel the wrath of the goddess now. You said that after we were talking about that, and all I can think of is like there were some comic artists who were freaks, like just in general. The guy, do you know about the guy who made Wonder Woman or no?
No.
He was in a BDSM throuple, and he made Wonder Woman because he thought women would one day rule the world, just kind of completely. Not in like a women equality kind of sense, in a Wonder Woman Amazonian sense.
Oh. I feel like I've heard about the first part before.
Yeah. A good few people talk about that. Here's the thing. The censorship of comics was kind of bullshit in America for a good part of it. That being said, it doesn't help the fact that he was into BDSM and he did draw Wonder Woman getting tied up. He made Wonder Woman's weakness being tied up. So I will submit. Got that guy on that one. So, and to be clear, this is not me hating, but I am saying that like, yeah, that was what he was into. The other people,
yeah, we could say poorly disguised if there was an effort to disguise.
Exactly. It's like the other comics you're making shit up about. This one is real. So we like, you know, just to prove that the other ones are bullshit, we will admit this one accurate. So what a fun time. Oh, of course.
Whatever?
Oh, nothing. Just some bad news, but you know, tis what tis. Yeah. I mean, if I was stopping stream to look at bad news whenever it happened, I'd be stopping stream on. So.
That is correct.
Shoddy.
Yeah.
Gotta love calling people shoddy. So.
You do.
I do it a lot, I will admit. That's because it's funny. It's funny, and it's a reference to the Bratz, which is a franchise I was not into as a child. And I don't necessarily regret that. Stealth, were you big on Bratz as a kid, or?
No, you know, I was not, actually.
No? That's interesting.
Nope.
I don't think I knew anyone who was, even. Like, my parents got my sister, like, some Barbie stuff and what have you, which obviously I saw. And, like, I wouldn't even say I was one of those kids where it's like, oh, I was into Barbie, but my parents would let me. No, I was just curious about it sometimes. And I'd be like, oh, weird. And then I'd move on. Bratz, they never did. And what was I thinking of? And like, I don't think I was ever curious about that either. So it's just kind of weird. I don't know what their deal is. And don't say that they're brats, because I don't... Is that even... Do they have parents that they're rude to? That's kind of what I would define a brat as. So... I've never seen any... None of the place that's ever... I didn't ever see a brat's parent to come with one of the play sets, so... Kind of a weird thing to make a children's toy out of, now that I think about it. But there were weirder things back in the day. Do not get it twisted.
Did you not Bop It?
Was Bop It weird? I feel like Bop It was pretty, like, you know... Bop It was, if anything, Bop It was just like early fidget toys, you know? Like, technically it had a goal, but also you could just mess with it in general. Ugh. Pop it, twist it, burn your house down. You know, Stealth, we were talking about some spooky stuff. You ever use a Ouija board as a kid?
No, not really.
Not me neither.
I've just...
Go on.
Yeah.
Did you
I've had one used around me, though.
Where you're at like a sleepover and then like, huh, let's do the Ouija board, and you're like, no.
I mean, yeah, actually.
Damn.
Oh no, I mean, I didn't like voice dissent against it. I was just like, I was just not one of the people who was actively involved in that.
You you got in your sea bear circle and you're like, okay guys, all good from here, just in case.
Again, it was not like really a fear component at the time. I was just kind of watching.
No, I don't know if I would have. I don't think I would have been. I'd never got to a point where anyone was using a Ouija board around me. And I forget, because there's that movie, which was like, you know, oh, real Ouija board, which is wild. Because I was like, I was definitely at one point, in between that movie coming out and like me learning about the existence of Ouija boards, I was under the impression that they were an actual occult thing. No, they are from Hasbro. So I definitely learned that when the movie came out. And yeah, that's also a weird toy, I would say. But that was not like 90s or 2000s. That was like 50s, which is also a wild time for it to come out, so.
Bop it, twist it, summon Grandma.
Bring Grandma back. I was gonna, you know, I was about to ask Stealth, because I remember, because, like, I think, like, Griffin McElroy made fun of this at one point, about the idea that when you catch a ghost Pokemon, you're technically catching a person, and I was gonna ask you about that, but no, there are some, like...
Very specific Pokedex entries that allude to the fact that, yes, these are human spirits.
Yes. Yeah,
that is correct, Johnny.
I just realized, because Frostlass is a ghost type, but Snowrun isn't. How would that work? how could Frostlass be the spirit of a woman and Snowrun just be like a little cold dude born in the snow? Oh, trans rights? It could be a possibility. Yeah. I have always loved Snowrun. Especially, this actually might be a place where like recent anime might help me, because I love Snowrun, and I would prefer to have a Glalie over a Frostlass, but Glalie is not very good in competitive. That being said, there is actually a trainer apparently in one of the newer anime series that has a Glalie and does just use it for the move Explosion. So And to be clear, it's not like a thing where like she brings it out and like just has it explode. No, it's her partner Pokemon. She rides in on it. She only has it use the move explode afterwards. So
You just gotta make it count.
yeah, I guess at that point I'd be training the Snorunt / Glalie just to have speed and attack stat, right? Because it'd be like, you know, get it out there, wipe the field. Good work, Glalie. Worked out. Is that a viable strat in any competitive Pokemon stealth? Just to take out the opponent's first Pokemon as fast as humanly possible?
Not really.
No. What if... No, that doesn't really do anything either.
Like,
but go on.
Having explosion in the pocket, though,
is good.
Yeah.
Is there any viable strategy I could do where I get Glalie out and the two main things it does is set up Hail and then use the move Explosion?
No, it needs to do more than that, otherwise you're just kind of wasting a slot.
Damn it. Self, what would you do if you had to have Glalie on a Pokemon team?
I mean, realistically, what I'm aiming there is to at least go 2 for 1, if I can. Get Glalie in on a good instance to where it can either finish out the kill or just like kill something outright. Like they have a quad weakness out,
yeah,
and then explode whatever comes in.
That's fair. I feel like that's actually not a bad strategy because it guarantees you getting ahead in the battle. Of like, Glalie's not doing great after one fight, but it doesn't have to because it's going to win this one. So, well, win is a strong word, but you know. You know?
Or do some devastating chip.
Yeah, exactly. So. But I like Glalie's design. And I do think it's kind of a better evolution. Like, Frostlass isn't bad. I mean, it's competitively better than, you know, than Glalie is. But in terms of design, at least, I like Glalie better as an evolution from Snorunt than Frostlass. I remember TB Skyen did a review on them because he's all the way at Gen 5 in terms of reviewing Pokemon now. But he's actually at the end of Gen 5. I don't think he talked about this when he was talking about Glalie. I think Glalie is a good evolution in part because like Snorunt's whole thing is it's basically just a set of chittering teeth in like a parka. And Glalie, I do think, is a, you know, good evolution of that in that it just turns basically the same exact chittering teeth into what is clearly like kind of a grimace, and now encased in ice. So, all in a sleek ball design. Yeah, it turns Snorunt into a marketable McDonald's. You know, well, marketable is questionable, and mascot is also questionable. Stealth, were you ever a big fan of Grimace as a kid?
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh. What was the fast food spot you liked your parents to take you to as child, Stealth? Was it McDonald's or was it other place?
Yeah, because it was so rare.
McDonald's was rare?
Yeah.
That's fair.
It didn't happen super often. So,
getting
like,
good.
Oh, I was gonna say it was either that or Burger King.
Fair enough.
Those were like the rarest places that we went that I liked a lot.
I definitely think mine was more McDonald's than anything else, especially since I was a picky eater. So there weren't even a lot of places I went to begin with. You go on.
Oh, I was gonna say the Star Chicken Nuggets from Burger King were like what I had to get if we ever went there.
I don't think I ever saw those, and also I think we went to Burger King like single-digit number of times when I was a kid. I didn't have too much attachment to it, and I don't think my parents liked it. So, there was. That is part of it. But I definitely want to get the inking for this done tonight, because I can do the color off stream, even though I almost never follow up on that, but I would like to. So I could do that doing football. Be like, quick Jevil draw. Behold, he's a boy. Stealth, what secret boss would you like to return for a little thing, a little event in Chapter 6?
You know which one.
That's fair. You know, I did think of that as I was saying it. I was like, I don't know. He's dead. You could choose, so you could want someone else, since, you know.
No.
I'm not calling anyone out. I did have people being like, we don't definitely know that monsters turn to dust in Deltarune after they die. And I was like, I feel like Toby Fox went out of his way to make that pretty clear. And they're like, they could be cremated. And I was like, I don't know about that. Wouldn't he just say ashes then? I feel like that'd be, you know, pretty standard for if there was cremation involved.
Also, what would that be withheld for?
What's that?
Like, what would that information be withheld for?
Well,
like,
because
we don't know for sure.
Yeah. Well, because there is a fair amount to do, definitely at the, even more so at the current moment, about, like, do monsters leave behind a body if they die? But I think the point, like, literally part of the point of Chapter 4 would be like, no, this is Undertale rules. This is that one established idea we had back then of they become dust. They disintegrate. So I think it'd be weird to do all of Chapter 4 and then turn that into a, you know, some weird red herring misdirect thing. Which is also kind of how I feel about, like, the popular idea that Noelle's missing sister is the knight, because, like, were you the one saying, Stealth, that you think that it might just not be anyone we've met before, or is that someone else in a different Discord?
No, I think that would be highly dissatisfying if that were the case.
Well, that's like exactly how I feel about Des. Like, we technically, even in like the actual game we've interacted with, we've like heard her name like 3 times, maybe, you know. Like, so her being
well, I'm fine with more of like a haunting the narrative thing versus a like we've literally never met or heard of this person before thing.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like her being like the end game of the story, I'm fine with, because clearly she had a lot of impact before the story began. Her being like the main villain and be like, haha, it was you know, this character. And it's like, I don't. Like, I mean, you and Chris have met, and I know, like, Chris being their own person is a big thing in Deltarune. But in terms of, like, impact on me as a person in this story, I've never seen you before, girl. And I'm sorry about that, but it is true. So that's why I'm very against the idea that it's her specific. Like, I think several other characters would be good. Papyrus Knight would at least be funny. So. I was telling Stealth about this before. I am both ready for Sans to do nothing in Deltarune and just be, haha, Toby got to put his funny skeleton man in the game and he didn't have to do anything this time. And I'm also ready for Sans to be some kind of weird secret agent deal, because, you know, Undertale. And then also, he did move to the town right as the story started, so. Do something! Do something, you skeletal son of a bitch!
Nope.
Okay. Susie, why do you have beef with the grocery man? Because that's what he sells, because that's what I sell. It was very good. Sans. That's what I'm saying, right? I'm okay with him not doing anything. It's okay if Sans is just funny, because that's Sans. Whether or not people like to admit it, and Toby has definitely driven this home a lot, Sans would just be doing funny stuff and like very low stakes things if he was able to do anything. So I'm sure given the chance in Deltarune, he will do nothing. No, it's open, but there's no one in there. It's like some kind of in-between state, like Clopen.
Clopen?
If only we had a sign for that. Chris, we're done with this guy. See, now, and also maybe part of it is the fact that Susie clearly doesn't mind that much. I didn't like how angry Ralsei. Well, I liked how angry Ralsei got. I just felt bad for him. I just think it's hilarious when Sans rage baits Susie. That's objectively very funny. So I love seeing that every chance I get. Lord, okay, very minor spoilers. Stealth, I don't know if you were keeping track of this. I saw a whole guide about how to get like real world money in Deltarune, because you know, dark dollars don't translate to light world, right? And the festival was coming up, and it's like, oh, there might be stuff to spend that money on at the festival, and you could already spend money at the diner in hometown, right? And I was like, am I going to have to worry, you know, because Raul says like, make sure you get Susie ice cream and tell her it's from me. And I was like, I might need money for that, so I did do some of the money things, and then Sans was like, the ice cream is free. And I was like, damn you, Sans, damn, how could you? I did like a little checklist for this and everything. How could you do this to me? I didn't even buy this technically. Also, I love that I opened Discord for a different thing and saw you sending me chicken nuggets from Burger King. Very good.
Yeah.
So, what's your fave place to get chicken nuggets nowadays?
I mean, probably still McDonald's. I can get like a fuck ton of them.
That's fair. I haven't had McDonald's, like, at this point, I haven't had like chicken nuggets in forever, because I also just kind of like McDonald's, and I haven't been to McDonald's in forever, so I have no interest in, the only clown I'm interested in right now is Jevil. Stealth, random question. Is Jevil bald, yes or no?
I think he's fabric.
You think it's all just kind of one thing because he's just kind of like a doll, a dummy, if you will. So I was just asking because I remember a fan comic I saw one time of Jevil sleeping in Chris's pocket, and he didn't have his hat on, so he was bald. He was just an orb. I've been saying, I relate more to Spampton, and he's still my favorite secret boss. There are certain things I love about Jevil, and I'd say probably one of them is I'd also like to sleep for 100 years, so that sounds delightful. Things I share with Jevil: sleeping, also liking merry-go-rounds. Stealth, you got any? Duck. I'm not gonna lie, like I was saying, Jevil's fight was a decent difficulty spike, especially in chapter 1. I did kind of like the gamble. I mean, it's a good reason it's a good thing I don't gamble with real money, because I do like gamble mechanic in certain games, so I guess more specifically, I like hedging my bets, you know. I like being like, I've improved my odds. I hope I don't get fucked over, and then I do, because I have the reality is I was always going to have bad odds, but... So have you, well, you know, I'll still ask this, because there's a possibility. Have you ever been to a casino or no?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Did you do any gambling there?
Not much.
Damn.
Quarter slots.
Gotcha. Did you lose money or did you gain money? Do you remember?
I ended up getting a very small amount.
Gotcha, gotcha. I remember that, like, so...
I'm very risk averse, though.
Yeah, I getcha. Well, I tried it out one time when I was on a cruise with Deja, right? And I went to blackjack. And I'm pretty sure blackjack has the best odds in the casino. And I lost money doing that. And I didn't even play that much. And meanwhile, Deja just went on the slots and won like $200. And I was like, well, that's all the signs I need to truly never go back to a casino. Thank you, universe. So.
Yeah, you could play games at home and not lose money.
Exactly. You could play fucking Bellatra. And that's not real money, so...
What
was I thinking of? Yeah, because, like, some of my family is going out to Vegas soon. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll ever go back to Vegas. I don't like to gamble, and I don't like the heat. And they're like, there's more to do in Vegas than gambling. And I'm like, I mean, I guess you're technically right, but here's the problem. That is one of the main things you do in Vegas. And also, it's in the middle of the desert. If I don't feel like being in Vegas anymore, it will be a trial to not be in Vegas anymore. So... Meanwhile, like, I could go on a cruise and gamble, and, you know, that's a cruise, so... Yeah. Delicious cruise fountain.
Speaking of things delicious on a cruise,
Yes.
I've been on a cruise before.
You have.
And do you want to know what?
Go on.
Do you want to know what my favorite thing about it was?
What's that?
Okay, so there's this candy store, right?
Uh-huh.
On the ship.
You went to a Carnival cruise, didn't you?
They had these little gummy whales.
Oh.
And they were so fucking good. I got a giant bag and it lasted me for like a month after.
Oh, fuck yeah. We love to see that. I just realized something. Oh, go on.
For the most part, other than that, I just like kind of hanging around the ship. I didn't like swimming because holy shit, there were too many fucking people in the pool at any time. Oh,
absolutely. No, my favorite thing...
There's like... Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, my favorite thing is just hanging out on the cruise ship and doing stuff as you watch the ocean go by. Definitely. I don't think any cruise ship is ever built to truly accommodate, like, everyone in its pool all at the same time. They're always far too small. So, and now stealth. I apologize.
The good thing though is that there was like there was a terrible putt-putt course up there. I did enjoy it on the ship. There's always something to eat, and also there was like a library in the ship with a chessboard. So me and my friends were kind of like basically set.
Honestly, I would say, like, I would definitely do a cruise to hang out with you, Stealth, because I mean, if you don't like flying and you don't like driving, cruises are pretty good. And also, for the most part, they're pretty relaxed, and like, you know, then someone in like the comments or whatever is just like post a million articles about cruise ships going down, and it's like, listen, yes, but still, I think they're a fun time. So
listen,
there's a reason people still go on cruises, despite the fact that is technically true. So. And besides, Stealth has told me multiple times he wants to be a brave warrior of the sea because his dad left him. So, like, we gotta get on that at some point. Like how you sounded thoughtful about that. Like, I did say that. I should catch up with One Piece.
Does sound like something I would say.
I did the thing again where I stopped because it's like there's a flashback. I was like, I'll wait for the flashback to be over, and it was considerably quicker than like the last two flashbacks, which makes sense given what the last two were about. So.
Yeah, it was a nice time to take a little break.
Stealth gets tackled by Oda for spoiling things to people. I wonder how much Oda cares about spoilers for the manga. Or is he just like, I'm so busy, man, fucking do whatever you want. My name is Echira Oda. I cannot wait to sleep. First time in 50 years. How old is Oda? Echira Oda. Age. 51 years old. Okay, so he hasn't slept since he's one, so... Man, that's been a long time. I don't think I could do that. I gotta be honest with you.
Do I want Resist Slash or Auto Maraku?
What does Maraku do?
Temporarily raises the party's defense at the start of battle.
So then it's a question of, do you want a temporary all-around buff or a buff throughout all battle that only does one damage?
It's for a specific damage type.
I would argue, especially in a game like Persona, you might be better off with the just all-around defense, because you can like literally build personas to be like, okay, get this fight done as quick as possible. So then you don't necessarily have to worry as much about, you know, that buff wearing off being a big thing in a prolonged battle. That's me. You use your best judgment to decide whether or not that sounds good, or if you're like, eh. Also does. Oh. This has come out not too half bad. I do want to color it and add the carousel background at some point, but that'll probably be later. Let's all ride the carousel. Thinking of, you got me thinking about. Oh,
I get a really interesting looking persona.
Oh hell yeah! What is it named? I'm curious because they're all based off mythology and stuff. So,
well, I mean, it's like the weird thing about this is it's just a dragon. There's not too many like just. Seth, the Egyptian god of death, the Egyptian god of the desert, chaos and evil. He murdered his brother Osiris and tried to become chief god, but he was castrated by Osiris' son Horus.
Sick. Why wasn't he in Yu-Gi-Oh? I play the spell card Chef's Ballsack. I feel like a lot of ancient cultures reel into castrating mythical figures as a punishment, and then using that as a plot device, using remains as a plot device later. Like Aphrodite rising from the sea of Uranus's several ball sack. All right. Again, I think some flat shading and what have you will do this wonders, but I would say the line art for this is done for the night. So I appreciate people stopping by. Let's find someone good to raid. Also, now I want to look at, before we do, I'm looking up Persona Seth. Oh, that's a big ass dragon. That's a large man. Stealth, this is going to be a weird question. What do you think is more... I think I literally voiced an opinion about this earlier. What do you think is a more coherent... Like, what has more coherent art direction? Persona monsters or Digimon?
That is... You've asked me a rough question.
They're both kind of just everywhere.
It hurts me. I love Digimon.
Well, it doesn't have
I also really like Persona.
I was about to say. And also, you don't have to have a consistent art style to be good, right? Like, Digimon can look all types of ways, can be incredibly varied, and that's still... in some ways, I would argue the only Digimon that I don't like that doesn't look like a Digimon is Namimon, and I don't like the way he looks for a lot of different reasons too. Yeah, I don't like the way he looks for a lot of different reasons. So that he's excused from this conversation. Also, we were talking a bit about Marvel Rival, so I am going to raid ZYZX_, who's playing with Lythera right now. So, and then I'll be back tomorrow in order to draw my good friend Oki. So I hope to see friends there. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, Stealth, and anyone else who was hanging out in chat. I like seeing people occasionally. I know I was talking about buying a place in the Alaskan wilderness, but we'll ignore that for now, because I don't even have the funds to do that, so. But anyway, I will see friends later. Good boy. Good boy.